What's the word on the street with Bryan Insurance today?
Well, we teased this last week. I know all of our listeners are waiting to hear the rest of this story.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to talk today about professional employer organizations, and we're going to call them PEOs because that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
But it stands for Professional Employer Organizations. And in a nutshell, it's a way for a business to outsource part of their HR functions.
Right.
And so that's what we're going to talk about today.
Awesome. Yeah, we did hint at that last week. We had a great discussion about just being covered for, because you never know when maybe false accusations are going to pop up, or a conversation it gets misconstrued. And those instances can happen. And then Brad, you had actually alluded to what we're talking about today with hiring out some part of that HR.
Absolutely, because some of these smaller companies out there just don't have an HR department. And when you have EPLI risk and you have those questions of those employer practice liabilities, you don't really know where to turn. So this is a good way to kind of outsource, move that risk to someone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we always want Tommy to come on with us, but
of course.
The reason that specifically that Brad and I asked him today is because he can speak to this on how this type of thing can help a business owner, and Brad as well, of course, how it helps a business owner work on the things that they're passionate about, which is growing their business and working on their business, as opposed to things like, HR management and payroll administration and that kind of thing.
Right. So we use a PEO at Bryan Insurance. Basically, we outsource our HR function to a company that does this. And there's a couple of different models that they can do. And it makes a lot of financial sense, especially for a small business. Your payroll is your largest expense in any business. Your human resource function is huge. That's the largest expense on your income statement. So rather than hiring an employee and paying them to handle your payroll taxes, keep up with the almost 60 different employment laws that change every year, you can outsource that to a PEO. And basically they'll take that over. You still will report payroll, the hours that people work directly to them. They will handle writing the checks, direct deposit, all of that kind of stuff into your employees' accounts. But they don't charge the exorbitant fee that you might have to pay to bring in a professional HR person to handle your payroll. So some of them will do it as a percentage of wages, and others will do it as a flat fee. And ours is a flat fee, so it's a flat fee per person, per pay period. Yeah. And it comes out probably a third of what you'd have to pay somebody in-house. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this a new concept? Has this been around for a while, or is it becoming more and more popular?
It's been around for a long time.
Okay.
There's lots of companies out there. I think ADP is one. Odyssey was one. There's a number of different large companies that do that. Ours is a little bit smaller, a regional company, so we get a little better attention being a smaller company.
Right. Interesting. So it's a great way to cut costs and save money and focus your attention on other things, and instead of, like you mentioned, just the high cost of what that person may have to bring on. You can get the job done at a very minimal cost.
And it's not for everybody. It's not for every company. And not all insurance agents really push this, and we don't push it. But we try and take care of our clients, and if it makes sense for them, if it looks like they might need that, we'll have that conversation with them, and if they're interested, we'll get our people out there to talk to them. And if it doesn't make sense, the guy with our company, the PEO that we use, will tell them. So it doesn't make sense, and as you grow, call us back.
Yeah.
And one thing that when I've talked to people about considering this, that you want to make sure that they completely understand that the PEO is not making business decisions for the business at all. So that's important to know that. And then there was something else, but I don't remember what it was.
No, that's a great point, though, Sonia.
I remember now. I remember it.
Go ahead.
So last week we talked about how if you have employee practices liability insurance and you have a question, a claim hasn't happened yet, you have a question, your insurance company can help you with risk management. Well, the same goes with having a PEO. That if you have something, whatever it may be, in the office, you think we may have a problem with an employee or, you know, something in the hiring process, whatever, you can call them and get advice, and that's included with you get expert advice included with the.
Yeah, that's a great point, Sonia, on the maintaining your business decisions. We maintain all of our hiring and firing decisions. That's all on us. And if we end up in a situation where we don't know if we fire this person, are we going to be in a lawsuit? Is there
Right.
an issue there? We can get in touch with our PEO, and they have attorneys, employment attorneys on staff. They have professional HR people on staff that will kind of walk you through it, and they'll ask you a lot of questions and kind of, you know, what's the scenario, how's this happening? They'll give you some very, very good legal advice on how to handle those situations.
So y'all know I really just want to be Andy Cohen. So we have a listener question live right now. And I'm going to get Tommy to answer this question. It's live from Graham, Texas. Can you get group medical insurance from the PEO?
Absolutely. We also at Bryan Insurance can arrange that for you, but most PEOs will have a group insurance area so that you can get your group insurance through them, as well as work comp and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Wow.
We prefer you come through us.
Right,
I
yeah.
know y'all probably don't know who Andy Cohen is, but we've had this recently. We had an office meeting, and all of our people that joined remote were texting me their questions, and I was pretending like I was a talk show host. It was fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway, yeah. So, but
Well, very cool.
He's
Well,
a talk show host.
So there are many options out there with the PEOs. I mean, you could really just narrow down to what specific needs that you need to be.
Yeah, a PEO, if you use the full services, they handle all your payroll taxes. You get the HR function of the legal advice, like I said. If you use I think it's called an ASO portion of it, it's just like paychecks.
Okay.
So they will log the hours, write the check, and send them to your employees or deposit them in your employee's account. But you would still be responsible for all the other stuff like the payroll, tax portion, and reporting.
Sure. Okay. Well, if folks want to get in touch and learn a little bit more information on PEOs and what you guys have to offer, especially with your group medical, how would they do that? Brad?
Heck, I haven't talked this whole time. So yes, they can come see us at Ciera Bank on the second floor, or call us at 549-2525, or come see us at
Hudson Oaks, 2950 Fort Worth Highway, Suite 500, 817-770-0096.
or online at brianins.com. Brian with a Y.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all very much. Appreciate y'all coming in and visiting with us.
Thanks for having us.
It's always great to see you guys. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.